Good afternoon. My name is Alena Shautsova. I'm an immigration attorney from Brooklyn, New York. In today's video, I would like to answer questions that I received recently regarding CARES Act stimulus checks. If I'm an immigrant in the United States, will I receive the stimulus check? How much will I receive? Will my children receive anything? So first of all, a little disclaimer. I'm not a tax professional. I did read the law, the text of the law. That was not easy for me. And I read information available from open sources. And here is my summary. But again, you should provide your information, and you should verify everything also with your accountant. So in a nutshell, the stimulus checks in the maximum amount of $1,200 for a single person or head of household, and up to $2,400 for joint filers, are set to begin to be distributed next week. Next week, they're either going to be start to be distributed either through a direct deposit if you set it up, or they will be mailed to you by mail. How will you know that you received the money? Well, the law states that approximately within 2 weeks after the check is mailed to you, a direct deposit was made to you, you're going to receive a notification by mail from IRS stating that they did send you the money. This is done, I guess, to prevent fraud. So when the checks are going to start being sent out, the money is going to start sending out next week, or April 13th, starting April 13th. Interesting part that the government has only until December 31st, 2020 to distribute this money. If for whatever reason you would not receive it in this year, you will not be able to claim it, according to information we have right now, the next year. Another interesting point that in the text of the law, these payments are called rebates and not stimulus checks. So I guess this will come with its own tax consequences, but again, I'm not a tax professional. So who can claim the checks? That's the most important question, I guess, everybody is asking. Well, people who paid taxes in 2018 and 2019. Specifically, they're looking for numbers of your adjusted gross income for 2019. But if you have not filed your tax return for 2019 yet, they will be looking for the number of your adjusted gross income for 2018. If for a single filer, the income is $75,000, unless adjusted gross income, then that person is entitled to the full amount of $1,200. If the amount is for adjusted gross income is higher, the check will be gradually reduced. The same goes for the head of household. Head of household income threshold is $112,000 to receive the full amount, and then the check is gradually being reduced. There are people, however, who do not need to file the tax return. They're called non-filers. For non-filers, they can register on a special website that is set to be created by the government, where they will be able to claim their checks, provided that they otherwise qualify. So what to do if you have not filed your tax returns? For example, you just received your social security number and you have not filed your tax returns. Well, they stated that the government, that you should file your taxes as soon as possible. If you file your taxes as soon as possible, or you file an amended tax return as soon as possible, you have a chance of receiving that the money. Who would file an amended tax returns? As again, I'm not an accountant, but some people who used to file the tax returns using tax ID number, tax identification number rather than social security, but now they have social security, should try to amend the tax returns, and this way they will be able to claim, to qualify for this rebate. Now, let's focus more on the immigrants here, because I'm an immigration attorney. So for immigrants, what's happened is that, unfortunately, what happened is that many immigrants were excluded from this relief. Why? Because many filed their tax returns using tax identification number rather than social security number. And unfortunately, all those who are using ITN numbers to file their taxes will not qualify for these checks. That's the law. That's how they passed the law. Now, those who are eligible for Social Security and cannot get it right now because Social Security Administration is locked and is not processing any applications are in a funny situation. Basically, let's say you have a pending filing and you received your employment authorization, but you did not receive your social. You will have to wait. You will have to basically knock on all possible doors to get your social security number. As soon as the administration starts accepting the applications, as soon as they start working again, you should aim at trying to get your social security number to file the tax return, so you will be able to claim your checks before the end of the year. What to do with the dependents? Let's say you have dependents. Not every dependent is going to qualify. Basically, only children dependents are going to qualify. And not every child, but the law says it has to be U.S. citizen, U.S. national, U.S. resident alien. And the child has to have social security number, and the child also, of course, has to live with you. And the child should qualify for those tax provisions to be your child and a dependent. And the child has to be under 17 years old. So children who are above, it seems, will not qualify for this $500 check. Again, verify that with your accountant when the time comes, but this is the information that I was able to comprehend from the law and from open sources. If you claim adult dependents, those people will not qualify neither for $1,200 or for $500, okay? So if you claim your senior parents who reside with you, your non-working spouse, for example, but you do not file joint tax returns, those people will not spouse, let's say, but your partner, those people will not qualify for the checks. So that's the situation. Those people who receive Social Security benefits will automatically qualify. However, they will not need to file, excuse me, special tax return for 2018 or 2019. They will not need to. They will not even need to register as non-filers, non-payers, but they may if they wish. This is the latest information that we receive. So basically, people who will qualify are those who have Social Security numbers, who filed their tax return for 2018 or 2019, at least will file a meta tax return. People who have met the income threshold, which most immigrants, I believe, will do. So this is where we stand right now. If there is more information available, I will share it with you. I will provide updates if somewhere what I said I made a mistake, because again, I'm not a tax professional. But the biggest takeaway from it is that unfortunately, people who do not have Social Security numbers, even those who filed their taxes, let's say through the corporation or through the tax ID, they will not get those rebates. And you can read more information about various aspects of immigration law and immigration life in the United States on my website, www.shautsova.com. Thank you.